Hi everybody, thank you so much for clicking and welcome to my YouTube channel. It's Elster Africa here again with another interesting and amazing episode. In this video I'm gonna be comparing two very significant cities in Cameroon, two big cities in Cameroon. I've done this on this channel like once. Today we're gonna be comparing between Bamenda and Douala, Cameroon. Douala, Cameroon is actually the economic capital of Cameroon, while Bamenda is just the capital city of the northwest region of Cameroon. Without any further talks, let's actually dive into the video. Everyone who has been to Cameroon, or everyone who is from Cameroon, should probably know this, that Douala actually is located in the southern part, or in the southwestern part of Cameroon, and it's actually called the littoral region. So Douala is like the capital of the littoral region of Cameroon. The main language spoken here in Douala is French. Even though it's I don't know whether they say it's a cosmopolitan city, and we have people from every other corners of Cameroon actually gathered in this city, since it's the economic capital, and many people believe that okay, if you start up a business here, it's gonna boom and all of that. So likewise, Bamenda is located in the northwestern part, so there is not that much of a distance. It's located on the northwestern part of Cameroon. It is the capital of the northwest region, as I earlier said. The main language here is English, but then it doesn't mean that if you speak French here, people will not respond. Some few persons might respond to you, but the main language here is English. We're going to talk about these roads. I mean, like inter-urban or inter-city roads. First of all, when you go to Bamenda, my goodness, the roads there needs not to be talked about. The roads in Bamenda needs not to be talked about, especially right now, maybe coupled with the crisis and maybe some other factors that the public isn't informed about. The road network in Bamenda is very, very poor. Even though people complain in Douala, but then the road network here, I would say, is far much more better than that of Bamenda is. And so Douala goes with the point here. Bamenda went with the first point as well. The next thing we're going to be talking about is the climate. Everyone knows that Douala, Cameroon is very, very hot. I mean, like, it's very hot out here. And when you go to Bamenda, it is very cold as well. And most people will prefer the cold than the heat, because when it's cold, I mean, you could maybe do some other activities and you're gonna feel, maybe you're gonna feel normal. But here, I mean, when you feel hot, there's nothing you can do to feel cold. And so most people in Douala always turn to using fans, to using air conditioners to maybe regulate the temperature of their environment. And I mean, so I think that Bamenda goes with this point. The climate there is very much better. I mean, I'm talking as someone who's been to these two places and I'm comparing them, giving you, I mean, clear analysis of the realities on ground. So all of this information I'm giving you here needs to be trusted. The next thing I would like to talk about is security. I mean, you know, when you're planning on moving to any town, to moving to any city, you always try to know that, okay, how secure is this place? How secure is this place? First of all, I mean, before the crisis started in the northwest region of Cameroon, which Bamenda as well has been affected, people will always say it is safe there. Yes. And right now, I mean, if you want to compare the two towns in terms of security, Douala has always had this bad reputation, maybe, of pickpocketers everywhere, meaning we have small thieves everywhere, like pickpocketers. We have them like in so many parts of the city, but then not everywhere, as maybe I earlier said here. But then we have pickpocketers in so many parts of the city, and you always need to be careful with the gadgets you have in your hands. You always need to be careful with your wallet, with your purse, with money you have in your hand, with maybe your bag, your handbag. I mean, especially for women who hold bags like that. When you're in Douala, you need to shine your eye very widely. But I think that in Bamenda, the case is some kind of different. When I used to be in Bamenda, I would always hear of Douala is very dangerous, Douala is this, Douala is that. And I think that in terms of security, before the crisis, Bamenda was more secure than Douala. But right now, I'll tell you that Douala right now is more secure than Bamenda is, because in Bamenda you have a lane to follow, and if you go out of track, if you go out of that track, then I'm sorry for you, your freedom is gone. So Douala takes the cap for this one right now. The next thing I would like to talk about here is the means of transportation, like intra-urban transportation. First of all, in Cameroon we have these local taxis, and yeah, in Bamenda you have taxis, you have motorbikes. But then one thing I doubt is if Bamenda actually has, maybe you could order for a taxi and they come pick you where you are. I haven't actually lived there like that, especially right now. Yes, so I don't know much about that. But then I think that for that one, Bamenda is far way behind in that aspect. Meaning, if you want a taxi to go to take you to the next part of the city, you only come outside on the road and maybe you stop the taxi and talk with the person to take you to wherever you are going to. But in Douala, there are so many applications right now where you could maybe just download and you'll be able to order for a taxi ride. You'll be able to order for a motorbike ride. Or is it a lift? No, a ride. I think a ride. Yes. So I think that Douala actually goes up with this one. Anyways, Douala is the economic capital, and the point of Douala needs to be up. It's always Douala up. I mean, I can't do this video without talking about the cost of living in these two cities. Even with or without the crisis in the northwest region of Cameroon, I'll start first of all with house rents. House rent in Bamenda has always been very low, and which is something everyone would love to, I mean, here, something that everyone would love to, I mean, everyone would love to maybe live where the house rent, first of all, is not expensive. In Douala, Cameroon, oh my God, the price of house rent in Douala has always been very, very expensive. Maybe times even a 3 as compared to Bamenda. And the coming of the crisis, as well as I think that it has made things drop again in the northwest region of Cameroon. And when you want to go with the prices of food, the northwest region of Cameroon actually produces so many varieties of foodstuffs, especially fresh ones, and so the prices are lower there. But then when they get to Douala, Cameroon, since we have so many people here and we have so many vendors, we have so many vendors, we have so many people buying as well, the demand is high, and maybe the supply, I would say the supply isn't low, but then the demand is high, and so prices always tend to skyrocket. What you get in Bamenda as cheap as maybe 100 francs, you'll be getting in Douala for a 200, a 300 francs. I mean, you see the difference, and that's how things has always been between these two cities. So the cost of living in Bamenda is way very low. I'm talking of someone who's been into these two cities. So the cost of living in Bamenda is low as compared to the cost of living in Douala, Cameroon. So if you are planning on relocating to Cameroon, you should look at all of these factors. If you are planning maybe to spend some time in Cameroon, you should look at these factors before relocating, before moving here. And then if you plan on setting up a business in Cameroon right now, or between these two cities, first of all, I think that the factor that most people always look at before setting up businesses is, first of all, we have maybe the demand of what you're trying to sell, maybe the population you have, or maybe the amount of sales you think you can have, or depending on the population, and maybe the cost of rent as well, and all of those things. If you want to go with the cost of rent, Bamenda will actually go with this one. But if you want to go maybe with the demand, it depends too on what you're selling. I think that when we want to talk about clothing, when we want to talk about foodstuffs, Douala Cameroon should go with this one. But then I think that when it comes to demand, Douala Cameroon should actually go with this. But when it comes to maybe some other aspects of rent and other stuffs, Bamenda should take that. And I think I tried in this one and I did it. Everything I told you here is from experience and from people's experiences as well. If you enjoyed this video, please don't hesitate to give it a thumbs up by liking it. Please do leave a comment of what you think about this video. I hope you learned something new in this video. If there is something I didn't say in this video and you think I should have said it, please don't hesitate to leave it in the comment section and I'm gonna reply within minutes. It's been an awesome moment doing this. Please consider subscribing here. I mean, videos like this will always come up once in a while. When there are no travel videos, I mean, I'll upload these sit down videos just to keep the channel moving. I've created a Patreon page where you could support me on my journey of traveling across Cameroon. You could support me in any way you would like to. I mean, I also have I'm also gonna link my Instagram down so that you can reach out to me, maybe to propose up something for this channel and stuff like that. I'll be waiting for your comments. It's been an awesome moment doing this. It's Star Africa here, signing out. Peace.